Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's case is going to be very interesting. It is still unsolved, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it. So I figured I'd shed a little bit of light on it and hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and let's jump right into it. On the afternoon of Monday, August 7th, 1972, 16-year-old Jeannette DePalma left her home on Clearview Road in Springfield Township, New Jersey. She told her mother that she would be going on a train to visit a friend's house, but she did not arrive to her friend's house or ever return back home that day. Her parents ended up filing a missing persons report with the Springfield Police Department the following day. However, investigators initially did not find anything regarding Jeannette. They had no idea what happened and they didn't have any leads. But about 6 weeks later, on September 19th, Jeannette's remains were found on top of a cliff inside the Springfield Hadali quarry after a local dog had brought her decomposing right forearm and hand back to its owner. According to several witnesses, they stated that around Jeannette's body were objects that might have been associated with a cult. But the most common thing that many of the witnesses agreed upon was that the remains were found inside a coffin-shaped perimeter of fallen branches and logs. Inside this perimeter were several makeshift wooden crosses. Some Springfield residents also stated that Jeannette's body was laying in the form of a pentagram, and her body was surrounded by mutilated animals. Law enforcement authorities have denied this. They said that there was no trace of any evidence with a occult object. However, further controversy arose when they found out that Jeannette's body was found near a cliff that was called the Devil's Teeth. The Springfield Police Department began an investigation on Jeannette's death after an autopsy could not reveal what exactly happened. Her remains, her clothing showed no evidence of bone fracture, bullet wounds, or even stab wound. However, for undisclosed reasons, the coroner stated that Jeannette might have died from strangulation, which led to the Union County Prosecutor Office as treating this as an unsolved homicide. While doing the autopsy, the coroner also found a high concentration of lead in Jeannette's body, but there was absolutely no explanation for this. It seems that this case is just leaving more and more questions. Why are people saying that her body was in an occult-like position? Why is the coroner saying that she died of strangulation but not giving a specific reason? And then the lead? There's just too much going on. Early in the investigation, Springfield police had received a tip regarding a homeless man who was living in the woods. This man was known as Red. It was alleged that he fled the campsite in the woods after Jeannette went missing. While this lead looked initially promising, the Union County Prosecutor Office ultimately decided that Red had nothing to do with Jeannette's murder. Investigators continued to try and find a lead as to what happened to Jeannette, but due to the lack of public tips, inconsistencies with families and friends, they were never able to pin anybody for Jeannette's murder nor figure out what exactly happened that day that she left. Despite many rumors saying that Jeannette might have possibly passed away from doing substances, there was absolutely no substances found on her body. And also, Jeannette was not known to even dabble in substances. She occasionally did smoke a little bit of leaf, but that was just social. She did not do it occasionally, only if she was around people who were doing it or if she was at like a party, but she never did that. And another thing is that Jeannette's autopsy showed no signs of any substances within her body. So that rumor of her doing possible substances has absolutely no merit. Around 2 weeks after Jeannette's death, local newspapers started releasing stories saying that Jeannette's death had to do with an occult, that it was Satanists, that it was witches, and this caused basically a frenzy in the media, and not only in the media but also the public. I also believe that when news media outlets do these things, it kind of messes up the investigation and people are more likely to get what happened to Jeannette completely incorrect. They don't have the facts straight. They don't have any idea how she passed away. All we're hearing right now is he said, she said. And not only that, when it comes to talking about an occult being in a certain county, It springs up a lot of fear and panic within the community, which leads to false tips, it leads to rumors, and we just cannot get a grip on what exactly happened to the person. Media reporting on Jeannette's case, in the early 2000s, Weird New Jersey magazine began to report on decades-old cases. After receiving several anonymous letters regarding Jeannette's murder, editor and co-founder Mark Moran began investigating the case and wrote about many suspicious details regarding the case, including an allegation that the Springfield police had lost or destroyed the case file. The Springfield Police Department maintains that the file was lost due to flooding caused by Hurricane Floyd in 1999. Others allege that the copy is still on file. After many media outlets were accusing the Springfield Police Department, the crime lab report had stated that there were stains found in the underwear of Jeannette, her bra, blouse, and slacks, but they were too decomposed for conclusive blood and semen examination, and this happened in 1972. So now we're getting a little bit more of evidence in Jeannette's case after we see the media attacking the police department, which is a little bit odd, but it's not surprising because, again, the community wants to know what is happening, and then there's so many rumors going on with Jeannette's case that people are thinking that there is active occult in this county. So understandably, the police are releasing more and more details to let the public know that we are actively trying to solve this case, and here are these details. During spring of 2021, a convicted New Jersey serial killer, Richard Cunningham, also known as the Torso Killer, made a series of written statements to the journalist JCP Polak, alluding to him that he might have possibly abducted Jeannette while she was hitchhiking, and Polak had forwarded this to his correspondence to the Union County Prosecutor's Office after Cunningham agreed to speak with investigators if they would meet with him. Cunningham's statements regarding Jeannette's murder were later printed in the 2022 updated and revised edition of The Death on Devil's Teeth. As of December 2022, there have been absolutely no updates on Jeannette's case by law enforcement. Jeannette's case still remains unsolved today. Many people are still speculating that it might have to do with an occult. Nobody is talking about the Torso Killer's confession. It seems that it might not have had any merit to it, considering that nobody has come out and said, hey, this is what exactly happened to Jeannette. So I am going to just assume, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just going to assume that it really didn't have any merit, and he was probably just claiming deaths because he got caught and he wanted to be associated with a very infamous case. Fortunately, we have no updates to know exactly what happened to Jeannette. I figured that this video would shed light on Jeannette's case and to let her memory live, and hopefully we will receive more updates in the upcoming years of what happened to Jeannette. Please leave your thoughts down below and let me know what you guys think. Have you guys heard of this case? And please like and subscribe and follow for more true crime cases. Thank you guys so much.